Greetings, Skill Incarnate, bringing you all the latest indie gaming goodness. I'm back on behalf of IndieGems to review another indie game. This time we're checking out The Stone of Madness. This game was developed by the Games Kitchen, who are behind one of my favourite Souls-like series, Blasphemous, and is published by Tripwire, who worked on some of the best co-op games on Steam, including Killing Floor and Chivalry. The Stone of Madness is a stealth-based RPG set in an 18th century monastery. The player controls a group of prisoners trying to escape. You'll need to master each of their individual skills as well as dealing with each of their phobias to have any chance of success. Navigating the corrupted church, the prison guards, and a curse which threatens to destroy everything inside the monastery. Now, this game takes inspiration from the legendary Commando series It's Hard as Nails, and I love it. We're going to check out my progress so far as we delve into the world of the Stone of Madness. Now, I'm about a third of the way through the game, and I wanted to show you this section because it's where the difficulty really starts to spike, and we have to use everything we've learned so far to have any chance of success. Now, our goal today is simple. In our escape attempt, we met a young girl called Amelia, and Amelia is a young pickpocket who has several secrets to the monastery. And we need to find her by talking to one of the nuns who's on the upper floor of the convent. Now, in order to do that, we're going to need some supplies. And given we don't have any, we have to, shall we say, improvise. Now, I have access to two characters. Father Alfredo is a scholar, a priest. His abilities are around problem solving. Leonora has a certain set of skills that mainly involve around incapacitating guards, making human problems go away. So we're going to be using her to strategically remove a few of the obstacles in our path. Now, any unconscious guard is going to wake up, so we can lock them inside these receptacles here. Whether it's a crate or a closet, anything will work. Now, I don't want to go too crazy. I don't want to be knocking guards out left and right, so I'm going to try and be a bit stealthy here, and only take out the guards that I absolutely need to. Now, on the way, we're going to try and grab as many supplies as we can, because as you can see, I'm very, very low. Anything we get our hands on can be used to either sell on the black market, or our characters can use them in different ways. So what we're going to do is we're going to rob everything that we can. I'm sorry, I should say strategically transfer to our possession. Now, every enemy in the game has a vision cone, and we can use that to plan out how to get to everything we need. Now, we've got another guard up here. I'm going to have to remove him. And I'm just going to head over to here. Once this monk heads on his way, wabam. Now I'm going to take his goodies. Each guard has usually a good amount of money that we can steal for ourselves. And chuck this guy into a crate. Oh, that was close. Usually have a second or so, and as you can see, we were right on the edge of his vision, so that was well timed. if I do say so myself. Now, I could knock this guy out, but I don't think it's worth it. We're just going to grab what's in this crate right now. Oh, just in the nick of time. Okay, so everything in this area we've pilfered, which is good. And now we've gotten rid of that guard. The only one we have to worry about is the priest here. So we're just going to... We're going to pinch everything we can. And I'm going to keep filling up our stash. And trust me, everything in this game we're going to need. You don't find much in the way of resources. Everything you get in this game, you have to make yourself. And that includes makeshift weapons, tools, the resources used. Everything in the game has a use of some sort. Now what I'm doing here is I'm taking out this brazier because my character Leonora has a phobia of fire. Now every character in the game has a phobia of some sort. In the case of Alfredo, it's his fear of death. Usually if he sees skeletons or dead bodies, anything like that, he's going to freak out. Leonora is scared of fire. And I won't tell you how they got all of these phobias, but there is some interesting stories behind why the characters are the way they are. In fact, I think the characters' quirks and likes and dislikes and fears is one of the things that makes this game really stand out. Okay, we're getting some good resources here. Now, of course, we have to keep an eye on their vision cone. They've got the 2 levels of vision. The light green, they will see you if you're standing. Dark green, you can move while crouched or in stealth mode. So at the moment you can see we're really using that stealth mode. I'm going to wait for this priest to head on his way. We've nearly robbed everything of use here. Off you go, my friend. Nothing dodgy happening here. We're 100% legit. Now, as you can see, you're only taking out the minimum amount of guards. And as long as we're careful and we stay crouched, we're golden. Beautiful. Okay, so I've pinched everything that is needed here. So we've got that. I think we've got this as well. Yep, beautiful. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. Now, every day has a time limit, and once nightfall hits, things are going to get a lot more dangerous for us. So I'm trying to move quickly and get a lion's share of this done before night falls. Okay, so we've done the inner section. Now we have to hit the courtyard. Just going to let this guy head on his way. Now this section is going to be better used for Alfredo because of Leonora's fear of fire. She is largely not very well used out here because she's going to freak out because there's so much fire. There's braziers here, there's one over there. Probably just want to keep her out of the way. Beautiful. Now we don't have to get everything, but I'm going to try and rob everything I can. Now we've got a bit of a countdown. Once dusk hits, that's when the animas, the creatures of the night are going to start busting out. And that's when we have to be worried. So, oh, speaking of which. Oh, right on time. Now we've got a couple of things we need to worry about here. I'm just going to let that... I have to wait for the right moment. Savage, okay. So again, there's a lot of good stuff here, but I have to wait for this nun to move on out. Then we can start stealing. Can start our strategic transfer. Now, all this stuff's going to be really useful because we have other members of the party and they can do things like crafting. Oh, let's you do have a split second to move. There we go. Just going to wait for him to turn around. Now, I really want to steal this, but it's in a really bad spot, so I'm going to leave that till last. Now, I have to get downstairs. So I'm going to light my lamp. In fact, I can probably use this sermon ability. And do this. No, that's not going to work. Oh, there we go. Perfection. Excellent. So what we've done is we've taken everything out of the courtyard and everything out of the inner area of the monastery. I have to get down here. So what I'm going to do is going to wait for this guy to head on. Then I'm going to bust on down here. This is a prohibited area, mind you, so if I get caught down here, it's not going to be good for me. I may need to bust ahead or two. Beautiful. Okay, so we've now unlocked the upper area of the monastery, and this is probably the most risky part of our mission today so far, because this guy is going to come down here. I am going to have to knock him out, and I don't have anywhere to stow him, so okay, so we need to let this guy get downstairs a little bit, and then well, bam. Now, this isn't a really bad part. Oh, and Father Alfredo's not too happy with the dead body, so we're just going to... Might as well rob the body, because I can. Excellent. Okay, so let's head on out of here. We've got one more thing left to do today, which is to sneak on up here and talk to our nun friend, Sister Elvira. Peace and light, my brothers. Who are you, sister? I'm Sister Elvira, accompanying my order on our visit to the beautiful monastery. I dedicate myself to God and the divine melody. With my songs, I hope to bring peace to the poor and disturbed souls who stay within these walls. It fills me with compassion to find so much misery and suffering in a place like this. What are you doing? I am part of the Second Franciscan Order of the Poor Clare Sisters. Abbot Murillo has called us to fellowship. I didn't find myself in the monastery by chance. The abbot organised this fellowship between friars and nuns so I can come to his aid. I've known the old man since childhood. He was my tutor for many years, and thanks to him I discovered my vocation and entered the order. Now I must help him. Our stay is temporary, but with God's help our actions will leave a longer lasting mark. Not all of the priests and nuns are evil in the game. Some of them are just misguided, so you can talk to some of the characters and strike up a friendship, and it is definitely going to make your time in the monastery easier if you can get a few allies on side, and sometimes maybe bribe the right people. We recognise the song. My prayers have been answered. I've much to share. The abbot is blind and ill, yet his faith allows him to see more than most realise. Exploiting the abbot's physical weakness, Inquisitor, a recent arrival at the monastery, has seized control of the place. He's worked behind the scenes to create a new fate for the unfortunate inmates sent here. My mission was to contact on behalf of the abbot, Father Alfredo, famous for his successful navigations in collaboration with the Inquisition, and then do anything possible to help him investigate the Inquisitor. If we thwart his plans, peace can return to the monastery. Not only that, but Father Alfredo and all those who help him will be freed. Well, they will serve God and justice. I beg you to consider it. The abbot has given us our first clue to follow. One of the friars, Brother Guillermo, has been in close contact with the Inquisitor. He can be found in the cloister, but the naughty girl Amelia stole my keys. You must find her so she can return them to you. Don't worry, she'll hand them over without issue. She's a good girl, but loves to be the center of attention. She may give you information on Brother Guillermo if you ask her. She's very observant. Good luck, my friends. So now all we have to do is get back, and we're going to take all these goodies. Now, what we do have to do is find Amelia. And that's going to be a challenge because we now have nightfall and the various animas are going to be roaming around. So we need to be very, very careful. Very careful indeed. So Alfredo's going to have to do this. We're going to get old Alfredo on the case. Also because Alfredo has the ability to temporarily stun the animas. I'm going to try and avoid the animas for now. If I have to, I can bless them. So we just have to wait for that anima to head on its way. And now, of course, for some reason they won't attack the guards. The barrel seems to be moving. Amelia might be hiding inside. So what we can do now is very quickly move on up here. And I can use a sermon to distract him and then find Amelia. You found me. We met again, Amelia. Did you have fun looking for me? I love playing hide and seek. I haven't seen you since you moved into that cell. I miss our adventures. Let me join you. You have something that belongs to Sister Elvira. I do. I took the key from the nun to grab your attention and I succeeded. Here it is. Take it. You're searching for Brother Guillermo. The friar is grumpy. I broke one of his mirrors while I was playing, and he lost it. I'm sure if we break another one, he won't be able to resist shouting out and break his vow of silence. He's so superstitious. I'll come to your cell tonight. You'll see. I'll arrive without anyone noticing. It will be a surprise. I'm sure I can convince you to let me join the group. Can I go with you to look for the friar? Let me accompany you. It's too dangerous for a little girl. Please, you can come with me for now. We will make a decision tonight. So we now have the third member of our group. So Amelia has a number of thief-like skills. Very, very useful for getting into the harder to reach sections of the monastery. So our last goal is to get to safety. Let's just make sure we're not going to run into any animas. We're going to beautiful. Very nicely done. So we're actually reaching the stage where guards will place us under curfew, and getting around is going to be even harder. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stow away everything I don't need. And we're going to get Father Alfredo to stow everything he doesn't need. Okay. So now what we can do is we can end the day because we've gotten everything we need. Looks like we have a guest at the monastery this evening. Young Amelia has fulfilled her threat. She always gets what she wants. Hi friends, I told you I'd come. I got into the cell unnoticed by the guard. The nuns are deep in slumber, unaware of my presence. Let me help you. I can move through tunnels and cross fences. I know the best hiding spots and I'm very skilled at stealing. I'm amazed by your abilities, but I must say, this situation is not safe for a little girl. You're right, Leonora, but she has more freedom than us. She can use the cover of night to access restricted areas, and the guards wouldn't dare harm a little girl. The guards won't, but the spirits will. I'm not sure about this. While I acknowledge that Amelia is a good link to the outside world, anyone who helps us is putting themselves in danger. We mustn't forget what happened to Virginia. So Virginia is one of the other prisoners who we were trying to help in the first act. And I don't want to give away what happened because I recommend you play the game yourself, but it didn't end well. Virginia was also my friend. I want to be brave like her. I don't want to stay locked up with the nuns. Your help is welcome, young one. However, if the situation gets dangerous, you must return to your room at once. I'll help you. Don't worry, I can run very fast so the nuns won't catch me. Please, if we escape from the monastery, you must find my dad. Okay, so we've now completed our day. We've gathered our new team member, and we're able to get into the deeper area of the monastery. Now, I would like to show you more of the game, but the next section is quite lengthy, and I think this is a good indication on whether you want to pick this game up. It is a very, very good stealth game. The characters are all very nuanced and likable, and I really, really enjoyed the balancing of characters' abilities and phobias, and I just found the whole experience to be a very, very interesting and very enjoyable Commandos-like strategy game. Even though there isn't a lot of overt action in the game, you are going to need to do a lot of problem solving, a lot of careful strategizing, and I think that's kind of the game's best part. It's finding ways to get through these very dangerous areas by using your different abilities and using the right mix of items and tools. Now, there is a whole crafting aspect of the game. There are another couple of characters who I had in the earlier section of the game. There's so much more to see, but if you like what you've seen so far, go and check this game out. There really isn't many good stealth games on Steam, and to be honest, this is a game that's really filling a niche, and I hope to see more games like this in future. So let me know what you think in the comments. Big thank you to the guys over at IndieGems. I really, really enjoyed covering this game, and I may even do a part 2 on my own channel if we get a chance to. So go and check this game out, and hopefully you'll join me next time when we check out another indie game. Until then, Skill Incarnate, out.